Happy Thursday and happy 4th of July Eve. I'm meteorologist Hannah Fink here to give you your next weather. We do have a few things to talk about, including your 4th of July forecast. So let's just get straight into it. This is what we're looking at for our area to watch, the tropics. We have been looking at this system since last weekend when it had a very low chance of development, but the difference is it was stretching into close to home areas along the Gulf Coast. So we were tracking this as a potential to affect us here on the Gulf Coast. But since yesterday, early this morning, it has moved off to our east. So now it's no longer a problem for the Gulf. It is not going to affect Gulf Coast waters. It is not going to affect us here at Fox 10 at all. It's now just going to be a possibility to form a low pressure system could form off the east coast of the Carolinas. Now, there is a low already developed in Georgia right now that could possibly spin up a depression or subtropical depression in the next few days. What we'll see more of is probably the end of this week and into early next week if something is going to form. What it is going to do is bring a lot of rain to Florida and the Carolinas as well as Georgia, but here along the Gulf Coast we are not affected by this system at all, which is very good news. Going into our forecast for today, grilling forecast, and if you're getting ahead on your 4th of July, looking good out there. 0% chance of rain. We are staying dry through today, but that does mean hotter temperatures. So we will see temperatures in the mid-90s today. That front that brought a bunch of rain earlier on into this week is now into the ocean. It is no longer affecting us, but there's a lot of dry air behind it. So this dry air is making it where we are warming up faster and we don't have any rain chances. So in the red right there, that is the temperature outside, that is the temperature in the air. The pink is our heat index values, and that is how we feel those temperatures with that added on humidity. So it is a little bit thinner than what we typically see. Usually with added on humidity, the pink is a lot bigger, but our temperatures are in the low to mid 90s, so at about 5 to 8 degrees to the actual temperature outside rather than that 8 to 10 we usually have been seeing. Here's a look at that muggy meter to show you that we are a little bit comfortable today. You still feel some humidity out there. We will be in the upper 60s. We're in that noticeable category, grazing the muggy category, but this feels a lot nicer than what we've been feeling. We've been near that miserable category or into that miserable category over the last few weeks. So this is a nice change versus what we've been seeing, but those temperatures out there, you're not really going to feel it. You're just going to feel the heat out there. And I brought up that dry air. We have a northerly wind, so when we have a northerly wind, we don't have a higher rain chance. So we have zeros across the board for today, which is nice, but it's not going to cool us off all that much with those hot temperatures. It's going to continue to be hot, 90 degrees by 5 o'clock, partly cloudy skies for the next, throughout your entire evening, 86 degrees by 7 o'clock. Then 8 o'clock, that is when sunset is. We start to dip into the lower 80s for your overnight. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be hot out there still. The lower 70s along the coastline, 73 in Gulf Shore, 73 in Navarre. And then it was to make our more inland slightly cooler. We have 72 in Mobile, 70 in Bay Minette, 69 in Brewton, 68 in Monroeville, 69 in Chatham, 70 in Calvert, 70 in Leaguesville, 70 in Fairhope, and 70 in Pascagoula. It's going to be another hot one tomorrow, but we're not surprised by that. For your 4th of July, temperatures will be in the mid-90s across the Gulf Coast, 94 in Gulf Shores, 95 in Navarre, 94 here in Mobile, 95 in Brewton, 95 in Leaguesville, 94 in Grove Hill, 91 in Fairhope, and 95 in Molino. Here's your Independence Day forecast. Very hot out there, dry still, very low chance of rain. If anything's going to develop, maybe more coastal, a lingering shower, a thunderstorm or two, but for the most part, all of us will stay dry. There's just a very small chance of any showers or thunderstorms to develop. So for the most part, it's going to stay hot tomorrow. Northerly wind about 6 miles per hour. So that is why we continue to see that low rain chance. Our heat index value tomorrow, once again, lower 90s, but add on about 5 degrees to what it actually is outside. A lot of us will see the triple digits for that heat index tomorrow. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water, taking breaks in the shade, take breaks in the AC. Those are things you need to keep in mind, and listen to your body. Heat exhaustion is no joke. Water activities are probably the go-to tomorrow. If you are grilling, make sure you are stepping away and drinking plenty of water. And maybe switching out with someone is a good idea too, because those flames are just going to add extra heat onto your body. Forecast dew points tomorrow. They slightly go up just a little bit. We'll see it more tomorrow evening, where we'll get into the lower 70s. But we're still going to have that upper 60s, lower 70s feel for the majority of tomorrow. But around 8 o'clock, we can start to slowly inch back to humidity as moisture slowly enters back into our area, which is why we see a slight increase in rain chances. 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock, there is a potential for some coastal showers because of that sea breeze, but because we have that northerly wind, they won't have very much room to go anywhere. So a lot of us will stay dry, specifically in our northern spots. If you're going out to the fireworks tomorrow, here's your forecast. A warm evening, 88 degrees by 7 o'clock, and we'll get to the lower 80s. 80 by 11 o'clock. But one nice thing about this high pressure system being behind this front is it allows for better visibility for these fireworks. We won't have lower level clouds. They'll be more mid to upper level. So when they are, exploding in the sky, you won't have much cloud coverage to interrupt your showtime. So that's a cool little fact to know. And beach forecast. Good way to cool off this weekend, especially since we have a low risk of rip currents over the next 3 days. Temperatures will be in the lower 90s, plenty of sunshine out there, and then our surf is around 1 to 2 feet. So still be cautious getting into the water, but you look good for the most part. This morning we saw waters being relatively calm for the most part, so that was nice to know. But you are going to want to pack that sunscreen. Trade out that umbrella for sunscreen. Apply, apply, apply. Burn time is about 10 to 15 minutes, especially when it's in that extreme category. Then we have a very high on Saturday and Sunday. So apply it as much as you can. SPF 30 is the go-to. Higher if you can do that, but also protect that skin, protect yourself. Do whatever you can to protect yourself from these harsh UV rays. Now, we do have that dry air in right now, but moisture is going to come back. We get a very short break from rain chances Saturday and Sunday. You can see a 20 and 30% chance of rain. So moisture slowly comes back in. We slowly get back to our typical pattern in the summertime, where we have hot temperatures and afternoon showers and thunderstorms develop along the sea breeze. So Saturday will be a little bit on the hotter side with a lower chance of rain, but Sunday we see that moisture become more dominant into our air, where we'll get to our normal temperatures, isolated showers and thunderstorms to develop in the afternoon. And you can see that in our 7-day forecast. We'll continue to stay hot out there, but into next week we get back to those showers and thunderstorms happening in the afternoon, 40% chance of rain, and then warm temperatures, lower 90s. The humidity is going to make the heat index value a little bit higher. We're going to feel that sticky feel, and lows will be in the low 70s to mid 70s. So it's going to stay hot. Rain chances will increase and humidity will increase, and that's continuing on into your 10-day forecast as well. So for your 4th of July, these are the things you need to keep in mind. It's going to be hot. We have very low rain chances. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure your friends, family, and pets are staying hydrated and protected from the heat. That is the main thing we are looking at for your 4th of July. Then going into your weekend, that's when we see those showers and thunderstorms start to come back, going back to our typical summertime pattern that we have here along the Gulf Coast. And regarding the tropics, we are good here at the Fox 10 viewing area. So we are not worried about that system. If you are traveling to the Carolinas, do keep in mind that could affect you if you have any 4th of July plans or weekend plans going to the East Coast. But here along the Gulf Coast, it is no effect to us, only the Atlantic side as of right now. Thank you so much for watching Next Weather. We'll see you tomorrow.